Hello and welcome to the show. This is That's My Take podcast. I am your host, Nug the narrator. Got to start the show off January 15th. Today, MLK Day. Happy MLK Day to everybody out there. Also, happy birthday to the great man, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. No matter what you heard or think about the man was and is a legend and an icon for peace, justice, freedom, and equality. And we're going to give a quick 15-second moment of silence for MLK. Thank you for that. If you actually got what I was doing there and went with it as well. Because again, just showing gratitude for Dr. King. Dr. King was a freedom fighter. If you know me, if you know Nug the narrator, you know I got problems pronouncing a couple of words. But let's get into the show. Also, the chat is open. What's up, David? David Perry, stay in my chat. If you don't know, let me tell y'all, David Perry and I went to the same high school and we went on a lot of adventures together. And I'm going to just keep it at that. Like, D. Perry, what's happening? Whoa. Say, bro, I gotta come to Hawaii, and I ain't bullshitting. I might don't have a passport, but shit, you don't need one to go to Hawaii. I just need some money. So shit, I need to come to Hawaii, bro. Like for real, for real. Let me get into the show, man. Again, thank y'all, man. That's My Take podcast. Subscribe, like, share, comment, even. Let's go. World news. Buildings burn as lava from Icelandic volcano eruption flows into evacuated fishing town. A volcano erupted in southern Iceland, sending molten lava into a nearby town and setting houses ablaze, authorities say. In the second eruption, the area has seen in weeks. There was no immediate threat to the residents of the town. It's a small fishing town that I cannot pronounce. Let's try it. Gridavlik, which is under evacuation orders. I'm proud of myself for that one. A webcam set up in the Iceland's public broadcaster URV showed a stream of lava flowing into Greinavik, with the burning buildings just meters away from other houses. As a spokesman from Iceland's Civil Protection Agency had warned CNN earlier, that is that it was, and I quote, quite possible, end quote, for lava to reach the town and damage infrastructure, even as it was protected by anti-lava walls, and that authorities were tracking the flow. Obviously, that's some wild shit. You wake up and see lava coming towards your town, or or because of a webcam, you see lava coming from a volcano headed toward a small fishing town. Obviously, that's some wild shit. The pictures was pretty wild as well. I know a lot of people kind of like think, well, the world news boring. Why is motherfucker keep? Well, again, you wake up and see lava just not far from where you live at, and you tell me that's not interesting. You're gonna be getting the fuck trying to go to safe quarters and evacuation plans and all that we just basically read about in that world news story to open up the show. I just want to tell y'all I'm trying to add value and at the same time entertainment. But I'm gonna let you know, like, if you're on my channel, you're gonna be learning something. Like, if you're against education, desubscribe, unsubscribe, leave subscribe right now. Moving on. The moon has entered a new epoch, scientists say. For thousands of years, the moon inspired humans from afar, but the bright beacon in Earth's night sky, located more than 200,000 miles away, remains out of reach. Remained it out of reach. That all changed on September 13th, 1959, when the former Soviet Union's uncrewed spacecraft Luna 2 landed on the moon's surface. The Luna 2 probe created a crater when it touched down on the moon between the lunar regions of Mare Imbrium and Mare Serenitatis, according to NASA. That pivotal lunar dust stirring moment signaled the beginning of humanity's endeavors to explore the moon. And some scientists now suggest it was also the start of a new geological epoch, a period of time in history called the lunar Anthropocide. And I end quote. According to a comment paper published in the journal Natural Geoscience on December 8th. All right. I forgot the statistics, but I think it may be 30% of Americans believe that the moon landing was fake, staged, not real. I'm going to say after just reading this, I'm not going to believe we had enough fuel for, in this round trip, 200,000 miles away. So that's times two because you got to come back 400,000 miles away. We had enough fuel in tanks and shit back then in 59. We still can't keep a damn truckload fuel efficiency. You telling me 200,000 miles? And I know the scientists did the math to make sure they had enough gasoline, rocket fuel, whatever the fuck you use to go up there. But I'm still saying that's a lot of miles. So am I one of the 30% that feel like it didn't happen? I don't know. I mean, I ain't thought the moon was that far. If this was, all right, if that was a multiple choice question, I promise you, I would have thought like 20,000 miles. Like if the questions was like, how many miles away is the moon? I would have said 2K A, 20K B, 200K C, a million D. I would have just been like 20K. And I would have really thought I was close, but I would have been off in terms of these statistics. And all I'm saying with this is in the moon and the new epoch, which is a period of time in history. And again, it started when they literally landed on it. So that could be evidence that it really did happen. So again, I might be iffy on the whole lunar landing. But I digress. Moving on. World's biggest polluter just had its hottest year on record, marked by daily extreme weather. China saw its hottest year on record in 2023, state media reported this week, as the world's biggest polluter confronted a series of relentless heat waves and other extreme weather events driven by the human-caused climate crisis. Daily and monthly temperatures records were reportedly shattered as the year wore on while the country grapped for scorching heat waves, which authorities said had arrived earlier and been more widespread and extreme than in previous years. China's exceptional warmth echoed global trends, with scientists confirming that 2023 will officially be the hottest year on record, the result of the combined effects of El Nino and climate change. If you been to a few of my shows, I spoke on this pretty much before. It was spun a little different, but it definitely said that this was the hottest year on record. And we know China it's the factory capital of the world. So there's hundreds of thousands of factories, from your real shit to your off-brand fake shit. All of them in China mostly. Some of them may be somewhere else, but most of this same shit that we buying, I know y'all might, if y'all pay attention, see, I kind of like Coach a little bit. I mean, my dog's named Coach. I'm not a player, I'm a coach. I love the brand Coach and its story. I forgot where I was going with that, but oh yeah, all this shit made under one roof, man. China, made in China, man. We owe China so much money because they just making shit and shipping shit, bootlegging a little bit and shipping shit and all that. It's all good, D. We go get to Hawaii, bro, on everything. 2024. I'm a travel. I'm a travel. I don't know how yet, but it will not be in a hot air balloon. And that brings us to a segue for our next segment, U.S. news coming up. Before we get to U.S. news, this segment and podcast is brought to you by the fam. That's FAMM, forever amongst made men, forever about making money. That's no me without them, and no them without me. I love y'all boys. For real, like it really did take a village, you know? Not to get too sentimental, but yeah, fam shit. All right, U.S. news. Hot air balloon crash in Arizona desert leaves 4 dead and 1 critically injured, police say. A group of skydivers jumped from a hot air balloon floating over the Arizona desert just moments before it crash landed Sunday, leaving 4 of its remaining passengers dead and another person critically injured. Police announced. The devastating incident, and I quote, happened around 7:50 a.m. in Ely, a city about 65 miles south of Phoenix, the local police department said in a news release. It came down in a desert area east of Sunshine Boulevard and Hannah Road. The aircraft was carrying 13 adults, a balloon operator, 4 passengers, and 8 skydivers, according to Eloy Mayor Micah Powell. Shortly after all the skydivers completed their planned jump from the aircraft, and I quote, something catastrophic occurred with the balloon, causing it to crash to the ground, end quote, said the Eloy Police Chief Byron Gaffney at a news conference. Though the exact cause of the crash is unknown, preliminary information suggests it occurred after the balloon had an unspecified problem, and I quote, with its envelope, said the National Transportation Safety Board, which is investigating the incident. 13 people in a balloon. Look, obviously one of them's the damn balloon operator, but why couldn't it be 11 more? Why it had to be a dozen more for 13? That's not the best number to be up in the balloon. I know people been flying high their balloons, blowing that little helium or whatever that shit is for years, but listen, I don't want to be in no basket going in no fucking balloon in nobody's sky. Just keeping it real. Like, I'm sorry for the 4 people that perished. So what's that? So 9 made it. Look, I'm just gonna keep it real. There's no way that I want to be in a balloon for real, for real. Like that's just not something I want to do. So I really gotta just again say condolences to those that passed. But like, yeah, this will be something that I wouldn't do with me and 12 people, or me and 20 people, or me and 3 people. I'm not going up there. Sorry, not doing it. Not doing it. No. Moving on. High profile political figures are the targets in the latest wave of swatting incidents. The emergency police dispatch went out just before 10 p.m. Gunfire reported at a Washington, D.C. home of a prominent federal official. A male caller said he shot his girlfriend and threatened to kill himself, according to a source familiar with the incident last Sunday. With claims of a gunshot victim and a potentially barricaded suspect. That was a hard one for somebody with a speech impediment. Like, damn. Potentially barricaded suspect. DC Metropolitan, and I got a dog up in here snoring. Coach, cut it out or you getting out. I swear, I'm gonna send somebody to come get you, bro. Cool out. Sorry, man. Like my dog, he just won't be around me. What can I say? I love him, but he just if the snoring bothers you, okay, yeah, get him up out of here. He tried. It don't. He gotta go. He gotta go. And thank you. Gotta go. Too loud. Thank you. All right. Again, my apologies for that. Um. The male caller said he was shot. Oh, yeah, with the potential threat to kill himself, according to a source familiar with the incident last Sunday. With claims of a gunshot victim and a potentially barricaded suspect, DC Metropolitan Police launched officers to the residence and the city's fire department began dispatching multiple rescue teams. 11 minutes later, the clipped, agitated voice of a firefighter on the scene came across the radio, instructing dispatchers to immediately halt all inbound resources. And I quote, "We've thoroughly searched the area with police," the first responder reported. And I quote, "We find nothing. Return all units," end quote. According to a police report, an unidentified woman at the residence told officials she was alone and uninjured. Swatting is a dangerous criminal hoax where a false report is made to police at the express pursuit of luring them to a location where they are led to believe a horrific crime such as a mass shooting, an imminent bombing, or hostage taking has been committed or is in the progress. Swatting is also a real estate term for people staying in people's shit and they know the shit's boarded up, but they break the boards or the windows to go in the property and sleep at night. That's also swatting. Side note. Um, this can result in a forceful response from local police and SWAT teams who have no way to know the call is a hoax. Swatting has been on the FBI's radar for nearly 2 decades and gained notoriety. I'm gonna just keep it at that because if I try notoriety again, I know I'm not gonna get it. My bad. After high-profile celebrities like Ashton Kutcher, Justin Bieber, Kim Kardashian, I think Lil Wayne also became a victim. He's not listed here, but if my memory serves me right, he was getting swatting calls a lot in Miami for a little while. I remember, I think it was his Miami home. In a 2008 assessment of the new phenomenon, the FBI said a group of recently convicted swatters were motivated by bragging rights and ego versus any monetary gain, noting group members, and I quote, did it because they could. Again, when I went into this article and I saw the word swatting, yeah, is it swatting? I want to say that's the same thing that people do in real estate when they live in people's house and know they're not the owners. And if it's not swatting, it's close to it, but I won't say it's swatting. But anyway, when I read this article, it brought me back to pretty much, yeah, 2008 and 9 and 10, because that's when I believe Lil Wayne was getting them calls about swatting. And that's when I heard the other meaning of swatting in terms of, you know what I'm saying, making the police come with false accusations. But I don't know. Like, you got crazy fuckers out there. I guess it's like when you prank call, it's like new world's prank calling. Instead of just prank calling and getting a person to just say something crazy, because I mean everybody in a prank call. I mean we used to prank call, board, pick up the white pages, and I know I'm kind of. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I know I'm dating myself, but we'll grab the white pages and shit, pick some random names, call them, da 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 da. But no, obviously nothing to the level of what we got today, and that's swatting of high profile people. So again, I'm guessing the lure is to get this famous person in the news by being fucked up or possibly bad public publicity. I don't know. I'm not that far or that deep into swatting. The only swatters I know about is again real estate swatters, and I walked into a couple places where motherfuckers would sleep up in there. I ain't gonna lie. And again, this is not a real estate podcast. Both times it happened, it was just get up, bro. Y'all gotta go. I'm showing this house type shit. It wasn't like no altercation or no whatever shit or nothing like that. But I mean, I don't know. Moving on. And this story here was a little wild too. Again, this will be the last U.S. story. If you are following along at home, up next it'll be hip hop and entertainment news for those who just like to, tune in for that segment, but live through the first two segments. But I don't care. I feel like my segments and how they drop is nice. With that being said, I'm doing what makes me happy. Six people missing from St. Louis area believed to be in the clutches of an online cult. A half dozen people in Missouri who were reported missing in August are believed to have been lured into a cult led by a convicted child M, police said. The cult is led by Rashad J, who is serving an 18-year prison sentence in Georgia after he was convicted in August of one count of child M and one count of cruelty to children. Police in the St. Louis suburb of Berkeley said Berkeley Police Major Steve Rug Rog told NBC affiliate KSDK of St. Louis last week investigators believe the missing six have become followers of Jamal, a former rapper turned online guru who operates what he calls the University of Cosmic Intelligence. Jamal's website says it is geared towards enlightening and illuminating the minds of the calibrated beings, aka your so-called black and Latino people of the earth, unquote. In a recent jailhouse interview with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Jamal denied being a cult leader, even though in his videos posted online there have been gotten more than 200,000 views. He regularly calls himself a god, a prophet, or a messiah. Jamal, who insisted that he was an innocent man and that the M charges stem from a child custody dispute, also denying knowing the six people who vanished from the St. Louis suburb. And I quote, I am pretty sure I have never met these people, unquote. He told the newspaper, and I quote, I get on my phone, I give a lecture, I go live, and then I get off the phone. I do not know the people that are in my live stream. That's too many people, unquote. Okay. I know this story got a lot of parts, but if y'all been following, let's start with the 18-year sentence that he's serving in Georgia, and let's end with I'm going live on my phone giving lectures. I know prisoners have phones. I'm not crazy, but I'm saying to the point that you could do an online stream and have a website connected to it with this many people and you're still not in trouble for it. Obviously, the newspaper came and sat down and had an interview with him. Jailhouse interview with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. All I'm saying, and again, I have no dog in the fight. None. Zero. But you're going live, you got that many views, and you're not in trouble. Listen, you're running the place. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know. I don't really have too much to say about this one. I mean, former rapper turned online guru. People look at me like former rapper turned podcaster. But I can guarantee you this: I'm not looking for no followers in terms of coats. I'm looking for subscriptions to this channel to watch me do this podcast. That's my take. Up next, hip hop and entertainment news. Give me 10 seconds. All right. Sorry about that. I like my shirt. Looks good. All right. Hip hop and entertainment news. Young Miami takes aim at DJ Academics in a new song snippet. Young Miami, if you don't know, of the City Girls, has taken her beef with Academics to wax, firing a direct shot at him in a snippet of a new song. On Saturday, January 13th, a video surfaced on social media showing the city girl previewing an unreleased track at a nightclub. While animatedly rapping along with the lyrics, Miami called the internet personality, and I quote, a bitch, and questions, wow, and basically questions his manhood for, and I quote, speaking on women. And I quote, academics, you a bitch. Why you speaking on women? She spits over a hard hitting beat. Young Miami later shared the snippet on her own X, formerly Twitter page, and wrote, yams, face with hand over mouth emoji. The two have been going at it for quite some time now. Back in 2022, academics threw the first proverbial punch when he referred to Young Miami as Diddy's side chick after the bad boy boss, who she was dating at the time, welcomed a child with another woman. The Carisha Please star fired back on X, writing, I'm nobody's side bitch. Let's just make this clear on this good Monday. I don't come second to no bitch. Academics, my name ain't Dick, so keep it out your mouth. You the type of in my uncle doing life sentences for bitch ass in. And I end quote. Months later, the pair exchanged more verbal blows after AK called Miami a one trick pony and claimed that pimping men is her only talent. The rapper responded via an Instagram comment, simply calling the Jamaican born media personality, and I quote, Batty Boy, end quote, which is Jamaican slang for homosexual. Well, my take on this one, City Girls whack. JT okay, but as a group whack. Um, I mean, I don't feel like I'm the best hip hop MC that God put on this earth, but I do feel like I'm top 100. And with that being said, not ever being discovered, but with that being said, like, I don't know. I got a lot of stuff on SoundCloud. Just put in, my rap name, Southpaw So Say. But maybe one day when I'm dead, people will find my shit and, I'll get some fame another way. Not saying I'm looking for fame, but with you're dealing with hip hop music, if people don't know you and you're not famous and your music is not the reason that you're famous, you're not a hip hop star or hip hop factor. So don't get it twisted. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera, but it's not something that I got to always do. Something I can do. Moving on. Well, before we move on to the next story, which is a story everybody that been hearing about that's in the hip hop world, I do also want to say I love what academics do in terms of what he does. So I might be a little biased and I'm familiar with the spat, even though I don't believe in spatting with females, but in a way, it's his job to critique music. Like labels pay him to make music hot, not listened to, played, and he been getting money like that for a long time. So if if dude could be called like the ear to the streets, that's what he is. And I like what he do. I'm glad he branched off from, the Chicago shit, but that's how he started out. And I'm not hating on Chicago, but I'm just saying business wise, he's more of a national personality than just known for Chicago stuff. Moving on. Yo Gotti's older brother, Big Jook, I don't know which word I could say on Memphis. I meant to say on YouTube. Passed away. Yo Gotti's older brother, Big Jook, passed away in Memphis As Memphis police work to solve Anthony Big Jook Mims' murder, they're asked the public for help. According to Fox 13, investigators believe the killer fled the scene in a white Ford Explorer. The Memphis Police Department released photos of the vehicle on Sunday, January 14th, and noted that it had black wheels and dark tinted windows, but no license plate. Mims, the older brother of CMG rapper Yo Gotti, was gunned down during the shooting outside a local restaurant on Saturday, January 13th, in what police are calling a tragic, targeted attack. Memphis police were flagged down regarding reports of gunshots outside Paragon's. I don't know. I think that's Gotti Restaurant. I don't know how to pronounce it. Paragon's Restaurant and Event Center around 4:15 p.m. Central Time, where two men were shot. One victim, later identified as Mims, was rushed to St. Francis Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. We do feel that the individual that was shot was possibly targeted by the suspect. End quote. Footage of both Yo Gotti and Big Jook at the funeral of Eric Bovin, a relative, made the round shortly after the fatal attack. Mims' last Instagram post contained an eerie premonition, and it read, and I quote, "They don't want to face you, they want to snake you. Stay alert to stay alive. Watch your back at all times. Put snakes on the plate and eat great." End quote. Many have concluded Mims' murder was in retaliation for the 2001 killing of young Dolph, who was Yo Gotti's nemesis at the time of his death. So far, police haven't found a connection. As for Yo Gotti, he has yet to address the shooting publicly. I've also heard possible Mexican cartel hit. Again, I only report the news. I have much to say or do about Young Dolph's side or Yo Gotti's side. I listen to the music. I like both artists. I'm not in love with either. I do have a Yo Gotti story, but it's not like a great story. So me telling it right now, I ran across them in Tunica, Mississippi on a rap. It was Southern Hip Hop Awards or some bullshit. And I say bullshit, but it was a conference. But just looking back, a lot of this shit was just pay to play. Like I done so many music conferences and paid to do so many talent shits, and it was just looking back, feed a fish. The rap game has feed a fish. All you new artists, I know everybody think they hot. I knew I was hot at the time. I knew I was hot before the time. But at the same time, to get into the industry, you're paying. You're paying every fucking thing. And I'm not just saying studio time. You pay everything. Every fucking thing costs the artist. So watch out. But getting back to this here story here, I mean, it's sad. It's eerie. Like the guy's last text basically said what was about to happen to him. Like, and I mean, I've been a civilian, and again, I'm not here to talk shit or make anybody look down or up on me. I'm just here because this is what I want to do. I became a civilian, honestly, about 2017. I could honestly say that. So me myself, I've been away from the streets 6, 7 years, and it feels good. I don't owe nobody. If a fuck nigga got a problem with me, he could come see me, but I don't have no problems with nobody. So y'all making up problems, whoever you are. I live to raise my son and honestly be a better person the next day. Cause I done a lot of shit that I'm not proud of. Like for real. And again, I don't know, it's sad. Yo Gotti losing a brother. I totally feel it. I lost my brother, not to violence, but to diabetes. But I lost my older brother. So, I mean, I could feel that. But again, it's so much going on behind the scenes that we cannot possibly know. And the internet is going ape shit with this story. But I'm not here to live off a trendy story or a T-filled story or give my what do I think happens because everybody's talking about this story. No, I'm gonna say again, my condolences for the passing and shit. I hope y'all could get it together in Memphis because a lot of people dying. A lot of black youngster brother passed away. We all know Dolph passed away. People that we don't know in terms of them being famous or celebrities, them passed away on both sides of this beef shit. And again, I did hear about the cartel possible hit. So I mean, we don't know. I know a blacked out white Ford Explorer with no plate doing the hit makes sense, and that's a fucking real hit. I do know that. Like whoever thought it out, they thought it out. This was planned. They could have possibly been watched that whole day of that funeral. Cause what happened when you when you do a funeral? You promote it. You tell folks. It ain't much to say. Okay, well, he gonna be here at this time. Boo, boo, boom. I even heard the man mama was in the car and got out to save her life. I heard it was like 40 something shots. Yes, this was a hit. Why? I don't know. And I'm not here to judge. I'm not, police. I really, not big on police. So again, rest in peace. And let's move on. Lil Nas X admits he messed up really bad, unquote, with his controversial J. Christ promo. He's repenting. On Friday, Lil Nas X released his new single, J. Christ, complete with a video of him being strapped to a cross. We've seen the strap to the cross thing a million times, so why would that make such an uproar? Let's keep reading. Excuse me. Now, the pop star is addressing the backlash he's faced for his Christianity referencing rollout. In a video posted Monday, the singer apologized for some of his approach to promoting the music. And I quote, "This is not to try to get everybody on my good side or whatnot. This is more so to clear my head about my decisions. I know I messed up really bad at this time," he said in the clip. I'm just put my phone on silent because it's queued up for the closing song, but I don't need nobody to call me um while I'm going live. And I can't act unbothered all I want, but it's definitely taking a mental toll on me. And I quote, Lil Nas opened the 4.5 minute video by saying he wanted to, and I quote, explain where my head is at, end quote, and not necessarily apologize for J. Christ. Though he later said sorry for some aspects of his promotional tactics for the single. He explained that he knew his single All Work will lead to some people getting upset because, and I quote, religion is a sensitive topic, end quote, but that he never intended to offend with it. I'm gonna stop saying and I quote, end quote, because I'm seeing like a lot of these motherfuckers. Just know these are not my words. I didn't mean to mock. That wasn't a fuck you to you people. Fuck you to Christians. It was not. It was, I'm back like Jesus, Lil Nas said. Okay. I'm not the first person to dress up as Jesus. I'm not the first rapper. I'm not the first artist, and I won't be the last. The musician who could be seen pacing around the same room during the video, then apologized for a TikTok video where he's seen eating communion bread and drinking wine from a chalice while dressed as Jesus, saying he intended to lighten the mood with it and not stir more controversy. I thought that was something we all wanted to do as kids and whatnot, but I didn't understand the reality of how me eating a communion is the symbolism of Jesus's blood and bones or something like that, he said. I did not mean it as a cannibalism thing or whatever the freak, but I do apologize for that. I will say I'm sorry for that. That was overboard. Now, I tackled even running this story for a few reasons, but at the end of the day, I ran with it because all right, when I do research for the show, no matter the segment, I'm looking for a story that kind of speak to me. And if the story speak to me, I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna do research and I'm gonna run with it. This one spoke to me, and again, I'm not a Lil Nas X fan at all. Like I was at the baseball games when the fuck this was 2021 or 2020, and fucking Old Town Country Road played every damn near 5 songs. So I know who he is, all that. Um, I am familiar with his new promotion is Jesus Christ and being on the cross and all that, but and I am happy to hear that he apologized for the communion thing because again, I was baptized Catholic. I right now am not considered any religion. I'm very much not for religion, but I do know and went to Catholic school from 7th to 8th grade, 7th to 9th. When I went to school, man, 7th to 12th grade. I'm so fucking crazy. So I do know about Catholicism and the Bible and the whole Jesus thing. But again, I today am not affiliated with any religion at all. I have denounced any religious affiliation that I have. But back to dude, that shit's offensive, bro. Like you coming across offensive. And I know Puffy did it, which I mean, I don't remember how Puffy and Nas shit was received, but I know MTV was booming. You can hate me now, but I can't stop now. And we all know Machiavelli drawing on the cover. He on the cross. And I'm trying to think of some other folks. I mean, being on the cross, like he said, is not something that's new. So I really don't think that was it. But all the shit around it, like that fucking eating of the communion, that's fucking with some Catholics, bro. Like a lot of them. And I think honestly, you making up a story about going to a Christian school or fake documents and the folks come out and denounce your ass, that ain't cool either. Saint Aug for life. You better know it, nigga. Purple. Um, Main thing is, bro, like you got you in, you good, you in. Right now, bro, on your return, instead of coming like Jesus, you need to be coming like a good artist, bro, and bringing a good song. Like all this other shit is antics. I know Hurricane Chris kind of got on your ass, and I heard he'll slide for Jesus, but I ain't taking it that far. But dog, you can't be, at people in the public talking about people religion. You're a public figure, famous celebrity, whether you want to know it, believe it or not, you know, and you fuck with that community. But I digress. Up next, sports news, and let me check in with this game live because I kind of want to know what's happening. The show usually takes about an hour. We right on pace. Tampa Bay them pulled away from them 32-9 right now as I speak. Wow. Philly, how the fuck did you do that one? How did you do that one? Sports news. NFL wildcard is underway. On Saturday, the Texans, led by the rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud, beat the Browns 45-14. And the Chiefs beat the Dolphins in the cold weather. No surprise there. 26-7. Burr. On yesterday, the Dallas Cowboys were embarrassed by the first-year starter Jordan Love. 48 to that same 32. Tampa is winning over the Eagles by. The score may seem like it was close, but it wasn't. Yet again, Cowboy owner Jerry Jones' team leaves the playoffs without a win. Was it the curse? Was it bad coaching? Or did the players just get their ass beat at home where they have been perfect all regular season? Also, the Rams lost to the Detroit Lions by a point, 24-23. Lions fans have been waiting for over 30 years for their team to get in the playoffs and win. Today, the Bills beat the Steelers 31-17, setting up the Chiefs and Bills rematch from last year. And lastly, as I stated, the Eagles and the Bucks, they're playing right now for a chance to advance and play the tough Lions. I'm going to tell you right now, it seems to me the Lions might end up winning another game. The Bucks and the fucking Lions, I don't know. I think I got the Lions in that one, but we'll see. We will see. USC quarterback Caleb Williams officially declared for the NFL draft. I don't know if y'all remember, but his daddy was talking real sporty, saying he don't have to go to the draft. He could make more NIL money than most people going in the first round if he's not the first round pick. Caleb Williams took a while to make it official, but his historic college career is over. Up next, the debate over whether he'll go first overall pick in the draft. Williams, the 2022 Heisman Trophy winner at USC, announced on Monday he has declared for the NFL draft. Monday was the last day underclassmen could declare for the draft. Williams started his career at Oklahoma, transferred to USC, and had a brilliant 2022 season. He wasn't quite at that level this past season, and USC struggled as a team, but his playmaking abilities were evident. The Chicago Bears have the first overall pick due to a trade with the Carolina Panthers before last year's draft. There will be a debate over the next few months about Williams versus North Carolina's Drake May. Whoa, that seemed like it was about to give out, Jesus. Don't give out on me. Don't give out on me. You gotta last a few more years. It's called an architect's death. And I got some screws coming loose. I got screws loose my damn self, but my desk. Oh shit, my desk. All right, we're gonna have to look into that. Definitely don't lean on my desk because my desk. Damn. But yeah, Drake May, all right, but I don't even think it's a debate. Anyway, they're gonna have to have something to talk about. The dude who do the draft every year, Mel Kiper. He gonna have to have something to talk about. Him and Todd, whatever the fuck Todd last name is. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Listen, I could do that same shit. I could read them stats and tell you who I think go first, second, third, and fourth. Ain't nothing Superman about the shit. I love sports. Let's go. But we know now, after some suspense before the deadline, that Williams definitely will be part of that first pick conversation. The Bears have an interesting decision to make. I mean, the Bears already got Justin Fields. So if you feel like Fields not the man, yeah, you got a decision to make. But if you don't feel like, you don't feel like you got to go look for a quarterback, you already got a quarterback. So I don't know. We'll see. Moving on. NFL coach hirings, and the movement tracker. Chargers interviewed Jim Harbaugh. 1 week after winning college football's top prize, Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh is dipping his toe back into the NFL waters. The Los Angeles Chargers announced Monday that they have interviewed Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh, he's 60, hasn't coached in NFL since 2014, when he and the San Francisco 49ers mutually parted ways following an 8-8 season. He's been at Michigan since 2015 and he is completely beloved there, even despite, or perhaps because of, the cheating scandal early in the season, which was bullshit. The cheating stuff notwithstanding, the Chargers desperately need a coach with a proven pedigree to come into the organization and get everything in line. Harbaugh is that coach, but it remains to be seen whether he'll choose them. The Chargers are just the first team to meet Harbaugh, and it seems likely they'll be the last. Unlikely that they'll be the last. Harbaugh, the brother of Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh, will have his choice of the 7 available coaching openings. And I say 8 by the end of the week. Don't be surprised if Dallas fired a coach. Do not be surprised. Moving on. Great segue. Belichick to the Cowboys. Playoff exit sparks fascinating scenario. There are a handful of intriguing NFL head coaching openings for Bill Belichick to pursue this offseason. I think they just said 7, but again, with the Cowboys, it'll be 8. But there will be pale in comparison to a potential opportunity in Dallas. The number 2 seed Cowboys suffered a shocking upset to the number 7 seed Green Bay Packers on Sunday, losing 48-32 at home to blow out in to get blown out in an NFC wild card round. Cowgirls. While they have gone 12-5 in 3 consecutive seasons, they have won just one playoff game during that span and haven't advanced past the divisional round in 4 seasons under head coach Mike McCarthy. The Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was mum on McCarthy's future when asked about the game, but it certainly wouldn't be shocking if Jones decides to fire McCarthy. Since Jimmy Johnson won back-to-back Super Bowls in 92 and 93, only one head coach, Jason Garrett, has lasted more than 4 seasons in Dallas. Another potential motivating factor for Jones is missing McCarthy, the opportunity to replace him with a coaching legend. In the wake of Dallas's loss Sunday night, speculation surged around the possibility that Belichick would join the Cowboys, a talented laid-out team that could help him earn the 15 coaching wins he needs to pass Don Shula for the most in NFL history. As Pro Football Talks Mike Fierro pointed out Sunday night, McCarthy has just 1 year on his contract, just as Belichick did when he and the Patriots parted ways last week. I believe Belichick to the Cowboys is a slam dunk. I mean, both sides will be mutually at each other for getting what they both want, which is wins and hopefully Super Bowls. But Belichick a lot more so wins. He go to Dallas, he could get 10 wins next year, maybe 11, and then just need 3, 4 more and be celebrated as the all-time winning coach at AT&T Stadium. How good would that be? You leaving the Patriots, you can't downsize. I see the Cowboys and Belichick as a lock. Mike McCarthy might seem different when he talked to Jerry Jones and try to keep his job, along with Dak. Yes, I did say that, along with Dak. Dak said it himself. If coach is on the hot seat, I should be on the hot seat. And I quote, end quote. But we're going to move on to my segment that I call I Can't Make This Shit Up. If you've been following the show any, this is the segment where I give you a story that is 100% real, but may sound like 100% bullshit. But after research and double research and checking that double research again, we find that this story is not only true, but I can't make this shit up. Second most venomous snake in the world found in toddler's underwear drawer. An Australian snake hunter discovered the second most venomous snake in the world in a toddler's underwear drawer. Yep. Mark, based in Melbourne, was asked to remove a 5-foot eastern brown snake from a 3-year-old's bedroom. And I quote, Mom, okay, they say mommy a little different. Mom went to get some clothes for her son and found a large 5-foot brown snake instead. Mark Pelly wrote of the ordeal on Facebook. And I quote, we figured out what happened. She carried in folding laundry yesterday as she was taking clothes from the clothesline. The brown snake crawled into it. Some people on Facebook asked, how the fuck is it possible not to notice a reptile? I agree with that. And I quote, how could you put folded clothes with a 5-foot snake amongst them into drawers without realizing it? I mean, a 5-foot brown would have some weight to it, correct? Asked Linda Swanwick in the post comment section. Mark replied that the creatures are actually lightweight and people tend to be oblivious to them. They weigh next to nothing, Mark said. And seriously, this could happen to anyone. I've seen people carry brown snakes in their handbag or otherwise shopping bags, Mark wrote. One day this could happen to you. Eastern brown snakes, which are fast-moving, aggressive, and known for their bad temper, according to Australian Australian geography, okay, are native to Eastern and Central. Uh-oh, we're running out of battery, folks. What we do when we run out of battery? We get paranoid. Baby, I need the charger. Maybe we could save it. If not, it's been a great show. All right. As for the snake, they obviously, moved the snake and all that good thing. So that's good. This day in history, my segment where I leave y'all with a little historical facts. I'm gonna start off by saying again, happy. Help me plug it in. I'm gonna plug this in, plug that in. The black one, baby. Um, Thank you. This day in history. Again, I'm gonna leave it with happy MLK Day and happy birthday to Dr. King, January 15th. And also, as I sit here and just think about MLK Day, I remember hearing that Stevie Wonder version of Dr. King Happy Birthday in the car earlier, and it brought a smile to my face because I went back to being a child and being, what I'm saying, young. And I remember drawing the Dr. King, coloring, the Dr. King headshot. And obviously I remember Dr. King was a freedom fighter. Like we had community development in the Treme area of the Sixth Ward downtown New Orleans. And, to hear the song earlier today when I was in the car, it just brought back memories. But no, other than that iconic man's birthday, Dr. King, this day in history, in 1967, the first Super Bowl is played in LA. 60 million TV viewers, and yes, that's 6 with a 0 million TV viewers tuned in as the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs clashed at Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Green Bay's quarterback, Bart Starr, will guide the Packers to a 35-10 victory. Look, color guard. I was just thinking about 8 to 5. I was just thinking about 8 to 5. People don't even know about no 8 to 5. Know what I'm saying? Eight steps is 5 yards. If you're a color guard or you're in a band, you know what 8 to 5 is. I'm a proud color guard. I was a color guard and a tennis player in high school. Sold candy too. 8 to 5. Yeah, man. Ended up being a swordsman at the end. Started off with the pole. Had the banner for a few parades. Yeah, man. I remember it, Dave. I ain't forget it, bro. We had good times, bro. We had good times, bro. As always, I'm about to leave y'all with a song. We had great times at the boy. Yeah, man. Black Kaiser turned into Southpaw Sose, Dave. I changed my name not a few years ago. Now it's probably been about 8 years. But if you go on SoundCloud and look up, I'm about to spell it out for you. Because I know a lot of the shit that was out before I even started rapping. You and Guapo know about my underground years, and I wish I had them tapes because we used to freestyle over some fire ass beats fucking with Guapo in Atlanta. I still remember all that shit, bro. But no, I'm gonna leave y'all with a song. My hour's almost up. This is a song called "Put It Down." I like it. It's one of them little smooth, laid back type joints. I hope y'all like it too. But yeah, fuck with me. I thank y'all, man. I enjoyed the show. I'm gonna see y'all soon. I think the every 2 weeks thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, I was gonna come quicker and more this new year. And look, I have no other choice but to do that. I like what I do. I'm adding value and a little entertainment. And again, without further ado, I thank y'all. Good night. But yeah, peep the song out, man. It's called Put It Down.
that wood, one foot up out the window. Turn my jam up, smoking ride round. Haters everywhere, but I'ma put it down. Top back wind, blow skirts up the endo. Hand on that wood, one foot up out the window. Throw the deuce up and whip the car around. Jody's everywhere, but I'ma put it down.
What up, world? It's paper cut. Money over everything. Get your paper up. Phone ringing off the hook. I guess it's money time. First class, bright flight, land in summertime. The summer's mine as my blunt burns. Watching soap opera niggas as the world turns. Young and restless assholes keep my mind on. A nigga bullshit, and I gotta get my grind on. Fam, she don't see shit behind the product shade. And it's a good day when I move a lot of yay. A lot of plays. What can I say? Get money always, you know how hustles play. I put it down for my niggas who ain't get a shot. And double up like that's what's up soon as I hit the block. Let the top back, dreads blow in the wind. And tell the feds kiss my ass, I ain't going in.
Top back, wind, blow skirts up the endo. Hand on that wood, one foot up out the window. Turn my jam up, smoking ride round. Haters everywhere, but I'ma put it down. Top back, wind, blow skirts up the endo. Hand on that wood, one foot up out the window. Throw the deuce up and whip the car around. Jody's everywhere,